Have you ever found yourself lying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep doesn't come as easily as it used to? Or maybe you wake up feeling like you barely rested, even after what should have been a full night's sleep. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. After 65, our sleep patterns change. It's a natural part of aging. But here's the good news. Just because your sleep isn't what it once was, doesn't mean you have to resign yourself to restless nights and groggy mornings. In fact, there are simple, proven ways to sleep better and wake up feeling refreshed. No matter your age, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Over the next few minutes, I'll share 6 practical tips to help you reclaim those restful nights and energized mornings. These aren't complicated fixes or miracle cures, just straightforward, science-backed habits that can make a world of difference. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about your bedtime routine. You might think routines are just for kids, but our bodies, especially as we get older, thrive on consistency. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps regulate your internal clock. Think of it like setting a gentle rhythm for your body. If you've been going to bed at different times or napping too much during the day, your body might be confused about when it's supposed to wind down. Try setting a regular bedtime that gives you at least 7 hours of sleep. Yes, 7. Some people think seniors need less sleep, but that's not true. Your body still needs that time to repair and recharge. Now, what you do in the hour before bed matters just as much as when you go to bed. This is where many of us unknowingly sabotage our sleep. Scrolling through your phone, watching an intense TV show, or even having a late-night snack can signal to your brain that it's not time to sleep yet. Instead, try winding down with calming activities, reading a book, a real one, not an e-reader with bright light, listening to soft music, or doing some gentle stretches. And here's a tip you might not expect. Dim the lights in your house about an hour before bed. Bright lights trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to fall asleep. Another big factor in how well you sleep: what you eat and drink, especially in the evening. That cup of coffee after dinner or even a glass of wine might seem harmless, but caffeine and alcohol can seriously disrupt your sleep. Caffeine stays in your system longer than you think, sometimes up to 8 hours, so switch to decaf in the afternoon. And while alcohol might make you feel sleepy at first, it actually interferes with deep, restorative sleep later in the night. Instead, try a warm cup of herbal tea like chamomile, which can help relax your body naturally. Now, before we move on to the next few tips, I want you to think about your bedroom itself. Is it a peaceful sanctuary, or is it working against your sleep? We'll dive deeper into that next, but for now, start paying attention to your evening habits. Small changes like sticking to a bedtime, dimming the lights, and watching what you consume in the evening can add up to better sleep sooner than you think. And remember, this isn't about perfection. If you miss your bedtime one night or have a late dinner, don't stress. The goal is progress, not perfection. So let's keep going, because there's more you can do to wake up feeling your best. Now let's talk about your sleep environment, because where you sleep is just as important as how you prepare for it. Think about it. If your bedroom is too warm, too noisy, or too bright, your body is going to struggle to settle into deep, restful sleep. And as we age, we often become more sensitive to these things. So let's make your bedroom the perfect place for sleep. First, temperature. Many of us grew up thinking a warm, cozy room was best for sleeping, but science says otherwise. Your body actually sleeps better when it's slightly cool, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 degrees Celsius. If that sounds chilly to you, try adjusting gradually. A cooler room helps your core temperature drop, which is a natural signal to your brain that it's time to sleep. If you can't control the thermostat, try lighter blankets or breathable pajamas. And here's a little trick. If your feet tend to get cold, which can keep you awake, wear a pair of socks. It sounds simple, but it works. Next, let's talk about light, and not just the kind from lamps. Even small amounts of light from streetlights, electronics, or alarm clocks can interfere with your sleep. That's because darkness triggers your brain to produce melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. So, do a quick audit of your bedroom. Are there blinking lights from chargers or electronics? Can you see street lights through the curtains? Blackout curtains or a simple sleep mask can make a huge difference. And if you get up during the night, try using a small dim nightlight instead of turning on a bright lamp. It'll help you fall back asleep more easily. Now, noise. Maybe you've always been a light sleeper, or maybe you've noticed that noises wake you more easily now. Either way, a quiet room is key. If outside sounds, like traffic or noisy neighbors, are a problem, consider a white noise machine or even a fan. The steady, gentle sound can help mask disruptions. And if your partner snores, or if you do, that's another common sleep thief. Sometimes simple adjustments like sleeping on your side or using nasal strips can help. If it's a persistent issue, though, it might be worth talking to your doctor because good sleep is that important. Speaking of doctors, let's talk about movement. You might not think of exercise as a sleep aid, but staying active during the day is one of the best ways to sleep better at night. Now, I'm not talking about running a marathon or lifting heavy weights, unless that's already part of your routine. A daily walk, some gentle yoga, or even gardening can help regulate your sleep patterns. The key is consistency and timing. Try to get outside in the morning or early afternoon if you can. Natural light helps reset your internal clock. And while exercise is great, avoid vigorous activity too close to bedtime, as it can be stimulating. A relaxing evening stretch, though, that's perfect. Now here's something many people overlook: your mattress and pillow. If you've been sleeping on the same mattress for 15 or 20 years, it might be time for a change. A good mattress doesn't have to cost a fortune, but it should support your body comfortably. The same goes for your pillow. If you wake up with a stiff neck or sore shoulders, your pillow might be the culprit. And if aches and pains keep you up, try a body pillow or a small cushion under your knees if you sleep on your back, or between your knees if you sleep on your side. Little adjustments like these can make a big difference in how you feel in the morning. So let's recap where we are so far. You've got a consistent bedtime, a calming pre-sleep routine, a sleep-friendly diet, a cool and dark bedroom, and some gentle movement during the day. That's already a fantastic foundation for better sleep. But there's one more key piece we haven't talked about yet, and it's something that affects so many of us as we get older. Let's dive into that next. Now we come to something that might surprise you: how your daytime habits impact your nights more than you realize. Many of us don't connect the two, but what you do during waking hours plays a huge role in how well you sleep. So, let's talk about stress, naps, and that sneaky habit of trying too hard to fall asleep. First, stress and worry. As we get older, life doesn't necessarily get simpler. Health concerns, family matters, or even just the pace of the world today can keep our minds racing at night. You might notice that when you're anxious or preoccupied, sleep feels impossible. That's because stress triggers cortisol, a hormone that's basically the opposite of melatonin. It wakes you up instead of winding you down. So, what can you do? One of the most effective techniques is also one of the simplest: writing down your thoughts before bed. Keep a notepad by your bedside, and if something's on your mind, jot it down with a little note like, "I'll handle this tomorrow." It sounds too easy, but it works. Your brain can relax knowing it doesn't have to hold on to those thoughts overnight. Another great tool is deep breathing. Try this. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Repeat a few times. This activates your body's relaxation response, easing tension in your muscles and quieting your mind. If you've never tried it before, you might be amazed at how quickly it can help you drift off. Now, let's talk about naps. A short nap can be refreshing, especially if you didn't sleep well the night before. But here's the catch. Long or late naps can make nighttime sleep harder. If you do nap, keep it to 20 or 30 minutes, ideally, before 3 p.m. That way, you get a little boost without disrupting your night. And here's something important. Trying too hard to sleep can backfire. Have you ever lain in bed thinking, I have to fall asleep now, or tomorrow will be miserable? That pressure actually makes sleep harder to achieve. Instead, if you've been in bed for 20 minutes and still feel wide awake, get up and do something quiet and dull in dim light, like reading a book, nothing too exciting. Or folding laundry. Only return to bed when you feel sleepy. This helps your brain relearn that bed is for sleeping, not for worrying. Finally, let's touch on medications and health. Some prescriptions, even common ones, can interfere with sleep. If you've noticed changes in your rest after starting a new medication, talk to your doctor. Sometimes a small adjustment in timing or dosage can help. And if frequent trips to the bathroom disrupt your nights, try limiting fluids a couple of hours before bed, unless your doctor advises otherwise. So there you have it, 6 proven ways to sleep better after 65. To recap, stick to a regular bedtime and wind-down routine. Optimize your sleep environment, cool, dark, and quiet. Watch what you eat and drink, especially in the evening. Stay gently active during the day. Manage stress with simple techniques like journaling and deep breathing. Be mindful of naps and avoid forcing sleep. Remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Start with 1 or 2 changes that feel manageable and build from there. Even small tweaks can lead to noticeably better sleep, and that means more energy, better mood, and brighter days ahead. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these tips before? What works best for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, give the video a like and subscribe for more tips on living your best life after 65. Here's to peaceful nights and refreshed mornings. You deserve them. Sweet dreams!